Hello everyone, I'm Michael from Mike at Work, and in this video I'm going to show you my repair of some old shoes that I've got. So here's one. I'll just show you just one of the shoe, and here's another. So these shoes have been very good shoes. They're still in pretty good condition. The fabric is still quite intact and the laces are intact. But unfortunately, what has worn out before anything else is the sole. So this shoe here is not worn through, but it's gone smooth and it's extremely slippery and wet on wet, smooth concrete. So I don't like to wear this one anymore because of that reason. And this other shoe actually has worn through. I'll just get the other one. There's some holes, as you can see, if I can hold up to the camera, on the bottom. So this shoe has worn through. So everything else is quite good with these shoes, except for the fact that their soles are worn out. So I just want to look at putting on a new sole. So what I ended up finding was that on eBay you can buy replacement soles. So I got a set of 4. So they essentially just have the grip on one side, you can see it there, and it's just smooth rubber on the other. So I got a set of 4 or 2 pairs for like 12 Australian dollars delivered. So and seemed pretty reasonable price. Now, compared to other great YouTube videos out there that show you how to repair shoes, you can pull the sole off and re-glue it on and even stitch it on. I thought this much simpler approach of just simply gluing it on the bottom might be much easier, and let's see if we can get away with it. Of course, you need a good glue to do that. I don't have too much luck with glues that are sold as shoe glues. I find that they always come apart, or it's not effective at all. But a glue I do find works really well in shoe repair is just construction adhesive. So here in Australia, this is called liquid nails, and there's different varieties of it. Just get the usual one. I think this one is called high strength, and is the more common variety of liquid nails. And I'm going to show you how we use liquid nails to bond this sole onto the bottom of the shoe. Here's the equipment that I'll be using to repair the shoes. So first we've got some clamps. We've got 4. I've got 2 quick grips and 2 regular G clamps. You can use all the same, it's just I happen to have 2 of these, each of these types. But they're equally effective. And to compress the shoes while the glue dries, I've got 2 pieces of wood. The particular criteria for this wood is that it is the width of the sole of the shoe at least, or very close to it, so that you can get even compression across the shoe to ensure that you push the sole onto the old sole of the shoe. I also have just a little stick here because the shoe is curved up at the front, so and at the back, so I'll use that to help push the sole up onto the glue, or a piece of wedge board. This is an old bit of weatherboard that's used on houses, but it's got a kind of a wedge profile, so I'll use that to help. Okay, one thing you'll find about these soles is that they're going to be too large for the shoe. Well, they should be. So you can see when it's on, there's if you just glued it straight away, you would get quite a bit of overlap. So what you should do in that case is to just get the scissors and just trim it. You can mark with a pen if you like, that'll make it a lot easier. In my case, it was so close, I just had to trim the parts that just overlapped. Remembering that we're going to put it down flat, so just bend it slightly. You can say that that's mostly trimmed, but let's say we wanted to trim here. It's a little bit over the, so just trim that with the scissors. That's good. First thing you've got to do is to used to sand it, the old sole, and also the added sole, so that we can create a rough surface and clean surface for the glue to key to. So let's do that. Look at that. So as you can see, that Terps really did clean those up after a sand pretty well, especially the new rubber sole. Took off a lot of the sanded particles. And you can see also for the shoe, that clean was good for just restoring it generally. It's gave it a kind of cleaned it up quite nicely and brought back a bit of the original color of the original sole. So, all right, now we'll start gluing. Should go right to the edge. Inside there's a very compressed shoe, and I've used that little plastic knife and like a little plastic spoon in there just to shim parts that didn't compress down. But you can see now that you're getting contact. I had to put a third clamp on here. You're getting contact between the that little sole, added sole, and the original sole. So we'll leave that for the specified time for liquid nails of at least 24 hours, 7 days for maximum cure, and we'll try this shoe out. It has now been more than a week, actually 2 weeks, since I applied this glue, so it's had more than enough time to fully dry and cure. So now I'm going to take the shoes out of their the clamping structure. Okay, there they are. They look very squashed, but the sole's on. This is the other one as well. Certainly on. Okay, let's put these on. This is them on. They feel quite good. The grip is working. You can sort of see it around the sides, but I'll trim that
to make them look nice. So if this actually experiment does work.
You know, as I wear these shoes, I check the comments, because as time goes on, I can update on the status of it to give an idea of how long this kind of fix for a shoe would last. Okay. Here's the other set of shoes I'm fixing, and the final one in the clamp. These shoes were a little bit different to the other ones, which I fixed. So I put a little bit more glue on, and when I was clamping, the sole slid away from the place where it needed to be, and sort of came off to the side. So that was a different thing. I didn't notice that on the other ones, maybe because I used more glue, or it's just a different shape of shoe. So all I did was, after I clamped it and it slid out, I undid the clamps and repositioned it, as I remember from the instructions, and you've got about 20 minutes, and reclamped it, and it just stayed there. As these shoes seem to have more rounded sides, I put some nails in to push up the soles. But yeah, let's take it apart and have a look. Also, you can see here, I ended up using that piece of weatherboard, the wedge-shaped weatherboard, to help put even pressure on the shoe. There's the shoe. All the nails fell out that I used. And I'm just going to now trim the edges, just to tidy them up a bit with the knife. I need 2 hands to do that. I'll do that and show you, but I've already started doing it on the other shoe. It's quite easy to just trim the excess glue off. As you can see, it's sort of coming off already. Here's the 2 sets of shoes, now glued with their new soles attached to the bottoms of all of them, and the glue is fully cured. I've taken them out for 2 days now, walking around, and there's no sign of any of the sole coming off. You know, it feels very grippy. I'm very happy about this. These shoes look to be you know, ready to wear. But this looks like a useful fix for me and my shoes. Hope it is for you. I'm Michael from Michael Work. Thanks for watching.